Let's talk about the game. It was so predictable, right? All the people who came out of the woodwork after the Raptors took Game 1 last night saying, see, the Warriors do need Kevin Durant. And those people are correct. Since Kevin Durant has joined Golden State, the Warriors have played 11 different playoff series, and they have won exactly 100% of them. So to win all the time, to have the outcome be a virtual certainty before even stepping on the court, yes, if that is the bar, then the Warriors do need Kevin Durant. Without him, they are still a team with the best shooter of all time, one of the game's craftiest defenders, 2 other exceptional two-way players, and an elite coaching staff, but they're not a certainty, which was indeed clear last night as we saw Andre Iguodala struggle with his calf and Draymond Green struggle with Pascal Siakam. But here's what's funny about Golden State. Because they have won so much for so long, opponents still often treat the Warriors as inevitable, even when KD's not playing. Remember the Rockets earlier this month playing in Game 6 at home with Durant freshly knocked out of the lineup? And yet, as soon as Steph started hitting shots, Houston went into shell shock mode and seemed to forget how to find the basket. Or in the Western Conference Finals, when Portland went up by as much as 17 points multiple times, but were clearly so freaked out that a double-digit pad was still not enough against Golden State, they started heaving up panic three-pointers as if they were the team that was behind. The Warriors just mess with people's heads, man. And let's be honest, if there was ever a franchise that's a candidate for some head messing with, it's the Raptors. The history of this team in big moments, it's not great. Today is a nice day for Toronto fans, so I'm not going to go ahead and list off all the times the Raptors have snatched defeat from the jaws of victory, but let's just say it's happened, which made last night so remarkable. Here were the Raptors watching a second-half double-digit lead dwindle like so many Warriors opponents before them. And instead of panicking, the Raps acted like, oh, I don't know, they were the ones still leading the basketball game. They stayed calm. They made the right plays. Kawhi Leonard still didn't look 100% healthy last night, and he clearly didn't like being trapped, just like Damian Lillard didn't like it in the last series. But Kawhi may be the best in the game at playing at his own pace, come rain or shine or Golden State. Marc Gasol and Danny Green look like vets who've been in big spots before, and Kyle Lowry looked like a guy who no longer has to carry the weight of a franchise on his shoulders. And yeah, Siakam is just 25 years old. But he was also born in a tiny village in Cameroon, and once you hear about everything he had to fight through just to get to this moment, it's really no surprise that he also is not fearful of the invincible aura of the Warriors. Even Drake, who believes in Golden State so much that he has Steph and KD numbers tattooed on his body, which, I mean, I don't think how random that is has been discussed enough. Even Drake was unafraid to poke the bear last night, first showing up in Del Curry's old Raptors jersey, and then after picking a piece of lint off of Steph's head, posting that he was going to put the lint up for sale on eBay under the seller's name, Draymond shouldn't wear 23. Yeah. And all the Drake stuff. Goodness. Look, it's just silly off-court fun, right? But it's also one more indication that from the players to the superfans, the Raptors simply don't see this Golden State team as some big, scary, inevitable certainty. And maybe that's just because KD is sidelined. But also, maybe it's because for the first time in a long time, they don't see themselves as a team that scares easily either. So, Tracy, that's what I learned about the Raptors last night. What did you learn?
Well, I learned there's a sense of poise with this team. And it just seems like there's a calmness and like they've been in this position before. And maybe that's, due to Kawhi being in the finals, being a champion, Danny Green being on this stage. I mean, I expected these guys to come out rattled, careless turnovers, ill-advised shots. It was none of that. It's like they was in control from, jump ball. And
from the jump, you're supposed to say that.
Yeah.
Team Mac, you missed an opportunity.
Okay. Well, anyways, thanks. But yeah, it was just a, they felt poised. They looked poised and just a sense of calmness with this team last night.
Well, you mentioned they look like they've been here before, and that's because they have T-Mac. They were down 15 twice to the Milwaukee Bucks, once on the road, once at home, and they came back and won those games. And Kawhi, it starts with Kawhi, of course, because I think of Gino Auriemma when he used to say, we have Diana Taurasi and you don't.
Right.
I feel like the Toronto's, well, we have Kawhi and you don't. But what's happened from all the other players is guys like Gasol, who wasn't here for some of those collapses that you talked about. Siakam wasn't really part of that either. No. He was too young. So this, to me, is a team that has learned through their coach, by the way, when we get down, Why should we panic? We're just going to chip away. We played defense.
Yep.
Has Golden State seen a defense this tough, this much in their grill in this postseason? I would say no.
Yeah.
No,
I would say
absolutely
no.
not. I mean, these guys are long. They're switchable. They have 2 former Defensive Players of the Year, and obviously Gasol's a little bit away from that, but
Right.
he is clearly still an excellent defender when he's put in the right position to be. They had a good system set up. They didn't panic. And no, the Warriors didn't have Kevin Durant. And when Kevin Durant plays, they pretty much win almost every playoff game. They have won 80% of their playoff games since he came to the team. So yeah, I get it. If you want to be invincible, you do need Kevin Durant. I still think the Warriors could win this series, even if he doesn't play another game, though.
I agree. I mean, with Kevin Durant, it just seems like there's a guaranteed victory every night he steps on the court. Without having him, they're still a very good team and better than the rest. These guys just have to really trust in other guys to step up. You know, if Iggy's going to be injured, you're going to have a guy like McKinney that needs to step up. They're going to need that third guy because it just can't be Steph and Klay making all the plays. It's going to have to be somebody else.
But you also can't turn the ball over 16 times.
Right.
And this is something that's historically followed the Golden State Warriors even when they win. They have a tendency to be careless with the basketball. You cannot do that against a great transition team like Toronto. It's going to catch up with you.